Can you go to jail for stealing from Walmart? Did you know that if you're charged with grand theft, you can go to prison up to 5 years and face a $5,000 fine? Hi, I'm Umansky, the Lawman. Today we're going to talk about some of the possible consequences and levels of theft that you can be charged with from stealing from a big store like Walmart. It is a big deal. And some of the possible defenses you might have. Let's go through them one by one. First type of petty theft that you can get charged with is a petty theft of the second degree. That's if you steal under $100. Normally nowadays you won't get arrested, but you will still get issued a notice to appear, and you could go to jail up to 60 days and face a $500 fine. Now, jail is not likely, but it can have a permanent stain on your record where you can't get a job. Because let's face it, when people do a background check, those are one of the crimes that the Ten Commandments talks about: do not steal. And even if it's a minor thing like a lipstick or a mascara or a piece of underwear or a little toy for your child, you could still face a lifetime of not being able to get a job. That's a second degree misdemeanor. Anything under $100. Second theft charge you can be charged with, typically for stealing from Walmart, is a theft of the first degree, a petty theft. And that's going to be anything under $300. So same thing as a second degree. If you're caught stealing like maybe a toy that's worth over $100 or some nice clothing or something in Walmart that happens to be over $100, you're looking up to a year in jail or a $1,000 fine. Now, fortunately, in the state of Florida, and especially in Central Florida, Orlando and Brevard County, Orange County, Seminole County, they're not often arresting people for petty theft of the first degree either. They'll likely give you a notice to appear. But remember, that notice to appear is just like an arrest. And if you're convicted, you could face a driver's license suspension and a lifetime of not being able to find a job. The third thing, and one of the most common things where you will face arrest still, is a felony called grand theft. Now that's if anything stolen from Walmart is over $300. 300 is not a big number. And a lot of states are reducing that number or increasing that number to 1,000 or more, but not in Florida so far. So if you get caught stealing an iPhone that happens to be valued over $300 from Walmart, guess what? You're going to go to jail. And you could face up to 5 years prison or a $5,000 fine. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get prison. A lot of times, even on these first offenses, you can bond out and get a diversion program where the charge will get dropped, but you're still facing a felony. And if you get convicted, not only could you lose your driver's license, you could also lose your right to carry a firearm, your right to vote until you're reinstated under the new law, and also some other things like professional licenses. Now, what are some of the defenses to theft? Well, you could have been mistaken. You could have gone into the self-checkout and were bagging some stuff at Walmart, and maybe you made a mistake and you didn't put in one of the items or didn't scan it correctly. That's a common way people get caught for theft. You may not have intended to do it, but you made a mistake at the self-checkout counter. Another common thing that can happen is sometimes you all go shopping with our kids and the day just gets busy and you're just going crazy because your kid's screaming, you got soccer practice coming up, your husband wants to know where you are, your wife wants you to know when you're coming home for dinner, all this kind of stuff, and you just go through and you forget and you place an item in your bag. Well, you didn't really intend to steal it, and that may be another potential defense for you. And let's face it, a lot of people have anxiety problems. They take all kinds of anti-anxiety drugs and even antidepressants, Paxil being one of these type of drugs that commonly people who get caught stealing take. And sometimes when you're on these anti-anxiety drugs, you're kind of out of your mind. You didn't mean to steal the item, but you just got confused, made a mistake again, didn't intend to steal. These are some common defenses to the charge of shoplifting or theft, petty theft or grand theft from Walmart. Now, I know I've gone over a lot, so let's talk about those things real quickly again. We have three types of shoplifting theft from Walmart. One is a petty theft, that's under $100. Two is petty theft of the first degree, that's under $300. And then there's the big one where you face arrest, that grand theft, over $300. Common defenses, we went over those, but mainly it's a lack of intent, mistake, distraction, the type of medication that you're on. There are other defenses, and if you've got any other questions, I really, really want you to call us. Thank you for listening. Call the Lawman, Bill Umansky, 407-228-3838. Lawman out.